Hi, it's the M.L.M for this whole channel. I do have a new topic for today. Before I begin, I'd just like to say, may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem. And the people I thank have inspired me. I hope they can inspire you as well. And I will have links below this video to their sites. They are Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, Belon Anava, Rabbi Yuval Ovadia, Rabbi Daniel Asser, Rabbi Michael Skobach, Jews for Judaism, Rabbi David Asher, Rabbi Ron Rubain, and Rabbi Yosef Chesney. So if you've never checked out this channel before, I will have a link below to my first video, which explains what M.L.M for the soul means, what it stands for, what I'm doing. So this is for the upcoming parasha. We're starting a new book of Shemot, and it's also Parashat Shemot, which is the first one. And this is from the weekly Parasha Insights by Rabbi Eli Mansour, and I call this Take Time to Reflect. So Paro responded to Moshe's initial demand that he release Bnei Israel with outright rejection, and he proceeded to announce that the slaves' workload would be intensified, whereas until then the slaves were given straw with which to produce bricks. From that point onward, they were responsible for finding their own straw, making their work several times more difficult and pressured. So Paro explained the reason for his new edict by accusing Bnei Israel of being lazy. You are lazy, and therefore you are saying, let us go sacrifice to Hashem. He felt that it was because the people had too much free time on their hands that they began thinking of lofty spiritual concepts and aspiring to leave Egypt and serve the Creator. The appropriate response then in Paro's mind was to intensify the workload so that Bnei Israel would not have the opportunity to think about sublime matters, and they would thus stop wishing to leave Egypt. So the Mesilas Yesharim, which is Rabbi Moshe Chaim Mutzato, points to Paro's argument as an example of one of the dangerous tactics of the Yetzer Hara, which is the evil inclination, in its unrelenting effort to prevent us from being the kind of people we should be. Namely, the Yetzer Hara finds ways to keep our minds occupied so that we do not have the opportunity to think, to contemplate, to reflect, to consider whether we are living life the way we are supposed to. The Mesilas Yesharim writes that if a person takes some time to think about his conduct and his relationship to Hashem, then it is certain that he'll be motivated and driven to improve. But we don't take time to reflect, he explains, because the Yetzer Hara, like Paro, ensures to keep us busy to fill our time so that we never take stock of ourselves and our conduct. At no time in human history has the Yetzer Hara been so successful in this effort than in our day and age. Today, whenever a person finds himself alone with nothing to do, such as when riding a train or in a waiting room, he instinctively pulls out his phone and looks for something to read or somebody to correspond with. We are all legitimately busy, and hopefully we are busy with important and worthwhile activities. But the small pockets of time that are tailor-made for reflection are lost because of our mobile devices. Instead of using these times for contemplation, we waste them. A likely reason for this is that we are very simply scared of contemplation. We instinctively know that if we took some time to think seriously about our lives, to take stock of our behavior, to reflect on how we should be living differently and how we can improve, then we would recognize the need for change. It is far more convenient to ignore all this than to go through the uncomfortable and difficult process of self-improvement. And so we do to ourselves what Paro did to our ancestors. We keep ourselves busy to protect ourselves from contemplation. We need to overcome this tendency. Every businessman knows the importance of taking inventory, of determining which supplies need to be replenished. Our most important, quote, business is our share in the world to come, and we need to regularly take inventory to determine where we need to, quote, replenish to increase and improve our observance. Rather than always looking to fill up our free time and conveniently ignoring our spiritual inventory, let us instead take advantage of our free moments to seriously reflect on ourselves and our direction in life and think about the changes that we should be making. And I hope and pray that we will also all merit to live and see the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days and rebuilding of our final and everlasting Beit HaMikdash. Amen, and thanks for watching.